It's a strange feeling, isn't it? You've moved on, found your rhythm, and finally stopped thinking about them. Then, out of nowhere, they resurface. The person who once dismissed you, ghosted you, or made you feel insignificant is now showing interest. It makes you wonder, why now? What's changed? Their return can trigger confusion, old emotions, and even self-doubt. Are they genuinely interested, or is this just another fleeting moment of curiosity? To understand why this happens, let's break down 5 core reasons people come back after rejecting you, and more importantly, how you should handle it. Number 1, they miss the way you made them feel. Here's a hard truth. Most of the time, when someone comes back, it's not because they suddenly realized how amazing you are. It's because they miss how you made them feel. Maybe you gave them attention, made them feel special, or boosted their self-esteem in ways no one else did. At the time, they might have thought they could do better, or that they didn't need you. But when they moved on, they likely discovered that not everyone provides the same warmth, understanding, and validation that you did. Now that you're no longer in their life, they feel that emptiness. And rather than doing the inner work to address their own insecurities, they reach out to see if you'll fill that void again. The problem? If they're coming back just for validation, their interest is temporary. Once they feel reassured, they'll likely disappear again, leaving you in the same cycle of uncertainty. Your energy is valuable. Don't waste it on someone who only wants you when they need an ego boost. Number 2, they see you thriving without them. Nothing makes people rethink their choices faster than seeing someone they rejected become better without them. Maybe they saw you leveling up, glowing with confidence, advancing in your career, meeting new people, and enjoying life. Whether through social media, mutual friends, or just seeing you in person, they realize that you never needed them to be happy. This triggers FOMO, fear of missing out. They start questioning their decision. What if I was wrong? What if they were actually the best thing I had and I let them go? Here's the thing, you were valuable all along. But their regret doesn't mean they suddenly deserve a second chance. Many people only realize someone's worth after they see them thriving without them. If they couldn't appreciate you when you were giving them your best, why should they be allowed back now? True love and respect don't operate on fear or regret. If someone only values you after they see you moving on, their intentions aren't about love. It's about control and insecurity. Number 3. They're struggling with loneliness or a rebound gone wrong. Life doesn't always go as planned, and sometimes people return because they're facing a period of emotional turbulence or feeling isolated. When someone leaves and later comes back, it can often be because they have been through a difficult phase. Perhaps they had a rebound relationship that didn't work out, or they are experiencing personal challenges that have made them realize they're lonely. In these situations, they might reach out to you. Not because they've had an epiphany about their feelings, but because they're seeking comfort or familiar reassurance. You were once a source of emotional stability for them, and in their time of need, they may want to tap back into that. However, it's important to recognize that their return might be driven by the need to fill an emotional void rather than a genuine desire to rebuild the relationship. When people are struggling with their own insecurities, fears, or regrets, they tend to seek out those they know will offer support without asking for much in return. In these cases, they often don't return because they truly miss you as a person. They miss the comfort and familiarity you represented. Before you consider letting them back into your life, you should ask yourself, would they have come back if their life were going well? If the answer is no, then it's a sign they may only be using you as a temporary solution to their emotional struggles. It's essential to acknowledge that you are not there to be a band-aid for someone else's emotional wounds. You deserve to be with someone who values you for who you are and isn't just reaching out when they're feeling low. Remember, people often make decisions out of loneliness, not love. Their return may seem like an opportunity for reconciliation, but in reality, it might just be them looking for a safe place to land until they feel better again. Number 4, they've genuinely changed, but you need to be sure. There's a small chance that someone who left you has done real inner work and changed for the better. Maybe they were emotionally immature when they rejected you. Maybe they were dealing with personal struggles that made them unavailable. Maybe they've reflected on their past actions and truly regret how they treated you. The key word here is maybe, because while people can change, many just think they have. They confuse temporary feelings of regret with real emotional growth. So how do you know if someone has truly changed? 1. They don't just apologize, they take accountability. They won't make excuses or blame circumstances. They'll admit where they went wrong. 2. They show consistency over time. Change isn't proven in a few messages or a single heartfelt talk. It's shown through consistent actions over weeks and months. 3. They don't pressure you to pick up where things left off. They respect your boundaries and are willing to earn your trust again. If someone genuinely regrets losing you and has grown from it, you'll feel the difference. But if they're just back because of guilt, loneliness, or convenience, their behavior will eventually expose them. Time reveals everything. Pay attention to actions, not words. Number 5. They want to keep you as an option, not a priority. Sometimes, the person who comes back into your life isn't genuinely interested in rebuilding a relationship. They just don't want to lose access to you completely. They want to keep you as a backup option, but they're not ready to make you a priority. This often happens when they're uncertain about what they want. They may still be figuring things out in their life, but rather than letting you go and giving you space to move forward, they prefer to keep you on the hook. The way they do this is through sporadic communication that keeps you emotionally engaged but doesn't provide any clarity about where things stand. For instance, they might randomly check in with messages like, "Hey, how have you been?" but never engage in meaningful conversation or show any real interest. Flirt just enough to keep you intrigued, but never take it beyond that, never making any real effort to take things to the next level. Come and go, depending on their mood or circumstances, leaving you feeling uncertain and confused about where you stand. Their main objective is to keep you in their orbit while they continue figuring out what they want from life, but without giving you the emotional commitment or clarity that you deserve. They may not want to fully let go of you, but they also don't want to see you move on and find someone else. Here's the most important thing to remember: you are not an option. If they're unwilling to make you a priority, then it's time to walk away. Don't waste your time waiting for someone who isn't ready to make a commitment and isn't willing to offer you the emotional clarity you need. Your worth goes far beyond being someone's temporary convenience. Here's how to handle their return. If someone who once rejected you suddenly comes back, here's what you need to ask yourself. Why now? What's their real reason for returning? Have they truly changed, or is this temporary? Does reconnecting serve you? Will it bring you happiness, or just reopen old wounds? You've come too far to let someone's sudden reappearance shake your progress. You deserve to be valued from the start, not just when it's convenient for them. So, whether you choose to hear them out or walk away completely, make sure it's a choice that protects your peace, self-respect, and happiness. Because at the end of the day, the people who truly belong in your life won't need to leave to realize your worth.